Good afternoon, Shinan students. Welcome to another edition of JJ's Talk Show. We're glad you decided to join us today. Today we have a new topic on the table, and we have two students. Normally we have one, but we have two. So, would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
My name is Nam Woo-hyun, and I'm school vice president of Shinan.
Okay. And yourself?
My name is Kim Jung-hee.
All right, and let's introduce the other hosts.
I'm Jeremy.
Hello, I'm May.
Alrighty, so now that we have the names out of the way, we're going to get into our first song. Oh, our topic. We'll be talking about good and bad experiences in South Korea. Okay? So Jeremy and I, we've both been here almost 2 years, so we have a lot to cover. But first, let's get into the first song. This is by the artist Number One Gun, and the song title is called The Different Ones. The Different Ones. And again, that was Number One Gun Number One Gun playing The Different Ones. So, welcome back to our show. Like I said before in the introduction, today's topic is good and bad experiences in Korea. So, within this time, we have two students with us. And the way we'll do it now is we'll have these two students, Korean students, ask us any questions that they have for Jeremy and I. And
That's true. It's from the polls by the students. They want to know, your experience in Korea. You've been here for 2 years. They want to hear from you.
Yeah, we've been here a long time.
So, let me ask Justin first.
Oh, I'm in the hot seat.
First of all, will you tell us about good experience in Korea?
Oh, a good experience in Korea. I think the memory that stands out when I first came to Korea was the fact that someone met me at the airport and someone took me, or a taxi driver took me to my apartment, and that's where I met the former co-teacher. Where's her name? Ijun. She no longer teaches at the school now. That's one memory I have. Also, my friend Jaeho, who now works for Samsung, he invited me into his home, and we had a couple of traditional Korean dishes.
Okay.
I think we had that, the seafood pancake.
Seafood pancake?
Yes, what is it?
Hamburger.
Yes, we had that, and we watched Korean soap operas.
Soap opera.
When I first came to Korea, I didn't know that, Korean dramas were very popular, so I just watched it because I thought that was something that his mother liked a lot.
Okay.
Little did I know that many Koreans like Korean drama.
So, mine was completely opposite of Justin's. I would say my first experience in Korea was bad. So, yes, I got picked up at the airport, like Justin did, but when I got into where I was staying, they basically put me in a motel for a couple of days and offered no help. Like, I got there, they didn't show me where I could get food, how to order food. They didn't. I knew very little Korean. I knew the basic, introduction and where is this, where is that, but I didn't know how to order. I didn't know the money system, like how to say stuff. So they offered no help at all. So my first day in Korea, I was just, okay.
You're talking about the step from Hagwon, right?
Yeah, it was a Hagwon. So a lot of times, I hear this from a lot of people at Hagwons, they don't treat you as well when you first get here because they don't really think about, all right, you're in a brand new place, you need to have some help. So, which it turned out to be a good experience because I learned how to get around on my own completely. So the most help I got when I was here was from the other teachers at that school, the other native teachers. Because the Hagwon I was at last year, for some reason they didn't want the Korean teachers to be friends with the native teachers. They wanted them completely separate. Yeah, it was. So it was a bad experience, but it turned out to be good because I learned things much more quickly. Yeah.
Very valuable, right?
Yeah, it's valuable, but at the time it was very difficult.
So what I want to do now from the student's guest, let's hear from Woo-hyun first. Any good experience or bad experience or best experience or worst experience in Korea?
Oh, I got a good experiences. A few weeks ago,
Big so, okay.
I became school president
Oh,
for next year.
right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yes, it was very small gap with the other
Oh, right.
came to the
Candidate?
competition.
Very exciting.
So when I heard I became a
President?
president,
Mm.
oh my god,
So,
no words to express.
awesome, right? That was the best experience.
Yes.
So you only talk about the best experience, right?
I don't want to talk about
Bad
that.
experience. Okay. What about Chuni?
Oh. My good experience is me too. A few years ago,
Uh-huh.
I oh, science contest.
A science contest.
Okay.
You got a prize or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
안양시
Mm-hmm.
gold.
Ah,
You got gold medal.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Wow, congratulations on your winning gold medal.
Yes, that's awesome.
We didn't know that, but
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
really good. I love science, so yeah, that's really
Do you?
good. Yes.
I didn't know that either.
Science was
I
my
hate
favorite.
science.
Science was my favorite subject in school. so-
That's why you chose the cycling, scientific.
Yeah, it's scientific. Also, that's why I chose psychology because it's very scientific. Also,
Very scientific.
Absolutely.
Wow.
A lot of numbers and science.
yes. I
So-
don't like math, but I do like
Really?
science. Yeah.
Yeah.
My best experience in my life, nobody asked me, but I will tell you about my best experiences. Being pregnant or having a baby. So being pregnant for 1 year and having a baby after maybe total probably 2 years. That
Yeah.
was the happiest moment in my life. You know, having a baby or being pregnant after know that I'm pregnant. Wow, that happiness, the joy that word cannot give me. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Absolutely.
You never know.
No,
You
no.
never get pregnant. You know, so
I don't
being pregnant for the whole year, I always, on a daily basis, I always pray God for the safe delivery
Yeah,
of my Eunice, you know. So I was so happy, and after in delivering room, I had my daughter Eunice, and nurse brought my daughter and showed me her. You know,
Face.
yes, and she was not that beautiful the first moment,
Yeah.
but immediately I fainted again, you know.
Yeah.
But that was the memorable moment in my life, wonderful, and I can't express.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the same way I feel about the way you describe having a baby is the same way I feel about my years in Korea. When I went home, my friends asked very generic and broad questions. How's the weather? How's the food? How's the language? You know, stuff like that. And once those questions were answered, they were just scratching their heads and, you know, they went back to watching TV. For me, I had so much to explain because I write every day. And so I remember what happens every day. If not, I can go back to my journal. And so there are a lot of memories that I have of Korea, mostly positive, that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. And a lot of what I've experienced is indescribable with Korea.
You still kept the diary.
Oh, absolutely. I'm still
Yeah.
writing in it
Oh.
today. There is a sort of celebrity status that Jeremy and I get as a result of being in Korea. You know?
Everyone's
Celebrity
curious.
status.
Yeah.
Back home, everyone's
Wow.
curious about what you do in Korea because a lot of people don't know much about Korea. And the most common question is, were you in North Korea or South Korea? Which
Yes.
to us is kind of a dumb question.
Dumb question, yes,
Being
it
here,
is.
that's common knowledge,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
in the States, that's not
Yeah,
common.
being in Korea feels like being in Monaco Republic, something like
Yeah.
that. That's why maybe.
Well, Korea's grown very fast, so
Very bad.
it doesn't have like the history of like China or Japan in American knowledge because it wasn't really a big player in anything until after the Korean War, like when they started building up. So if you look in history, it's not been exposed to Western culture as long as a lot of other Asian countries, and it's kind of small and in a place where you don't really notice. So if you're learning it in America, maybe now more so, but when we were growing up, it wasn't a big thing. We learned nothing about Korea except for the Korean War. But still, like that was like a day. It wasn't a lot. But back to like the whole Korean thing, like in general in Korea, this has been one of the best times of my life because I've got to experience so much stuff here. And even the bad stuff most of the bad things that happened to me were last year at the Hagwon, and that's just because the Hagwon system was a little questionable sometimes. But I have to say my favorite moment in Korea has to do with the Hagwon because at the end of the year we had a graduation ceremony. So I got to see my students graduate because I taught 7-year-olds, and I got to watch them over a year and see how much they improved, because unlike here, I got to teach them every day. So they're basically like, you get so attached to those students, and like just seeing them crying because I was leaving, and very sad, and also very happy. Yes, I do.
Oh, wow.
Because just seeing their progress, I got to see it for a year, and then having to leave, and I couldn't tell them what I was doing. I had to tell them I was going back to America. So I couldn't talk to them otherwise, or because for some reason
Very
I wanted
compatible with
to.
it, right?
How
Yeah.
long have you been in Korea?
Both 2 years, almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years, yeah. So we pretty much came, well, he started his Hagwon around the same time I started with Shinan Middle School. And I was telling Annie right before we went to lunch is that most of my bad experiences don't come from Koreans or being in Korea directly. Most of my bad experiences come from foreigners, other foreigners. And what I'm about to say, and I know there's really no editing on this recording, but the worst experience I had in Korea was my breakup. And that really doesn't say anything negative towards Korea. Doesn't say anything really negative towards my ex. It's just that was the time, you know, if you're in a relationship and it doesn't work out, that breakup in a foreign country,
Oh, I know. I've been
it really doesn't help at all. Being all the way across the world, farthest away from home at a time where that breakup took place really wasn't that fun at all.
No.
But this year I've accomplished a lot of goals going outside and traveling around Korea. I wanted to keep it local this year, so I really got a chance to do that. I've saved more, taken more pictures. I've been, getting more opportunities to be involved with photography way faster than I would back in the States.
So now this time, I'm pretty sure 2 students want to know about them personally. So why don't you ask them personal question?
You ride your bikes every day at the morning. So you may have many experiences with bikes. Could you tell us, please?
Well, I used to be a mountain bike racer in college, so I raced mountain bikes and road bikes, so I was a racer, so I know a whole lot about bikes, and here it kind of makes me sad because mountain biking is not very big. It's not very accessible to foreigners because you have to have a car to get there. So that's one thing that I'm kind of sad about that I can't do because it's my favorite sport. It's my favorite thing to do. But riding to school every day, it's really something I love to do. Even when it's cold like it is, I still want to ride. I don't want to walk. Even though there's the big hill. The big hill is crazy, but that's small compared to what I had to do when I was a racer. But yeah, that's my experience, is a lot of racing. I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was 21 years old, but then right after that I started racing. So I just jumped in it and just kept going with it.
It's like the crash course of biking. I know a lot of people who know how to ride bikes, but they really didn't take it to the level that you did.
What about you?
Do you marry?
No, I'm not married. I'm single. Single. And I know Justin is also. We're a little bit too young to be married, so especially being in another country. So, you know, definitely not yet.
We're not married, but with coming to South Korea, if Jeremy or I were either engaged or married, we can bring our wives into the whole contract. Like, we can have our accommodation fit both of us, and you know, we can just treat it as two of us coming to Korea rather than individual traveling abroad.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's if you're married, it's easy to come over here if you're both teaching or something like that. But yeah, definitely not married. I've been in some long relationships, but not to the point of wanting to get married yet. So,
It's a big issue.
yeah.
So we have time to have a listen to another music?
Yeah, it's probably about time. We can take maybe one more question if you have one more.
Oh. Have you ever considered to marry with Korean women?
Take it away, Jeremy.
Definitely yes.
Yes, I have. So, yes. My girlfriend was Korean. I was with her for almost a year. We're not together anymore, but we were together for a long time, and we had talked about marriage a few times, but it didn't work out. So even though we're not together anymore, she's still a very good friend to me, and probably the best relationship I've ever had in my life with her. But you know,
Your
just
first Asian girlfriend, right?
yes. Everyone else I've dated a girl from Mexico. I've dated American girls and then Korean girls. So, you know, I have almost married a Korean.
Okay.
I know Justin not so much because his girlfriend.
Justin has very good best friend, Korean best friend, right?
Yeah.
Oh
As far as I
yeah.
know.
Shout out to MJ.
MJ, hi MJ.
Yeah.
I miss her.
I miss her.
It's very difficult being a foreigner making Korean friends, which is kind of sad because most of them are very shy when it comes to speaking English. And a lot of times, well, I know me and Justin, we like making friends who are Korean, not really Westerners, because
That is very open-minded.
Why would I come here if I want to just make a bunch of Western friends? I can stay in America and do that.
This is true.
So I have a few Korean friends, but most of them they're just too shy to talk, and they're too
I don't
worried.
think they are shy.
Well, a lot of them, but with English, it's the English.
Oh, with English.
Yeah, if I spoke perfect Korean, it would be no problem, but I can't. So, and their English, they're usually worried about their English, so it's kind of makes it more difficult. That's something that I would love to see change because Koreans are amazing people. Like they're some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. The ones I've met. So it's kind of sad that it's kind of sad I haven't made as many Korean friends as I wanted to. But we're gonna have to move on to the last song, which is my choice, and the name of the song is Foreign Language. It's by a band named Anne Berlin. So of course, you know, to me and Justin, Korean is a foreign language, and to y'all, English is a foreign language. So listen to this.
All right, again, that was Amberlin's Foreign Language. Thank you to two of my favorite students that I teach. Thank you for coming by and contributing to the show. Next week, we will get into the Christmas season specifically. You notice we have the Christmas tree here, and it will be December. So
yeah, all of our songs are going to be Christmas songs for the next month. So
yes,
they're not going to be boring Christmas songs. They're going to be different versions of Christmas songs, mostly rock versions or something like that.
But at the same time, it's very sad to have the last almost end of the year.
It's the last month of the show this year.
Sad and happy.
yeah. So that's going to be our topic for next week as we ease into December and whatnot. So thank you all for joining our show. Once again, tuning in, and we will see you all. I'm Justin.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kim Junhee.
And I am Woo-hyun.
And I'm May. Catch you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.